Hello and welcome to Mitch's mic number, whichever one we're on. I didn't check. I forget how these normally went, but for the people who are here who are used to my ASMR reviews and not the Mitch's mics, this is not a spot for ASMR typically. I'm just kind of gonna, for all the people who have just joined while I was pretty much pumping out the ASMR reviews and have stuck around, which is crazy, and thank you. I've only had like 2 people leave in like the 4-ish months I've been gone, 5 maybe longer than that. Today's the 31st that I'm recording this. I don't know when this is going to come out. It's probably going to be a couple days from now, but basically, I mean, the biggest thing was 2 things in one. Basically job hunt and depression, because I had a full-time job and was doing the ASMR reviews, which was great. I don't know if I burnt myself out or if there was definitely some triggering things from another job that hit me hard while I was there. So I think I'm going to be looking into a different kind of line of work. I've been doing a lot of like trade work for money, and that's not my realm of work. So I had a job for a while. I am currently unemployed, but I'm getting little things here and there. I haven't been like super motivated for not just the ASMR reviews, but kind of like anything. I'll even be playing a video game and then I'll be like, I'm good for a bit. The biggest thing that's been keeping me going was D&D game that I'm currently running. And I also got offered to do a 6-week session at a library, which they're paying me for, which is cool. So I get to do that again, which I've done in the past. I'm sure I've mentioned it before on a Mitch's mic. So those are the big points. Yeah, a lot of it has been just motivation. Motivation has been there. There's just been depression and just kind of struggling. Basically to have like, I'm motivated in my head. I want to do these things. It's just like not having the will to do it. Like, I don't know how to describe it, because like I'm motivated. I have the feeling that wants to like push me, but I'm just hitting a wall and I don't know how to push past it. I'm in a much better place now. Like when I record, I generally feel good when I'm recording. If I don't feel good, I don't record, which is why I haven't been recording for months, because I haven't been feeling good. So just trying to get out of that. And I know I'm not the only one out there who has felt this way or feels like this. So that's a big thing too, of just like not feeling alone in that, of being like, I know there's other people out there who experience this, who have lost a job and then fall into a depression, and then, and you get back out of it. But, it takes a different amount of time for different people and different situations. Sometimes you just have to get right back into it because you have no other choice. I luckily have a pretty good safety net here. But I mainly want to talk about the ASMR reviews, because that's been a big thing. I've been, number 1, super lucky to have the amount of people show up for those that I do. Number 2, the biggest part of the ASMR reviews, it was the frequency at which I was putting them out for a little bit. I don't know if I burnt myself out or what, but I want to get back into those, because those are probably the most fun I have. But the biggest issue with the reviews themselves, kind of where I don't want to put them out too quickly without thinking about them. So I think I'm going to almost do like a backlog, or spend a lot of time on one episode. I might just do like one that I think about for a long time, and then spend that time on future ones, and then just kind of bank them up and then release them over a set schedule, once or twice a week or something. We'll see. I want to get to the point where I can basically release one every day. It would be great. Like at least Monday through Friday, right? Take the weekends off to like prep new ones. Because it's the last one I released, that ASMR video episode, I wasn't super happy with it. I got into my head about it for a while. Not that I said anything wrong, I don't think. I went back and listened to it. It was like, this isn't as bad as I think it is. But I just got into my head about it, and I didn't want it to be what it was. And I don't really want to do it over because I did it and it's out there. I don't know. I tend to overthink things. I think it's fine. I think it's fine being out. And I think that's just going to have to be something that I deal with, of just like, I release something and I go, that one was just fine. That one was okay. It wasn't up to where I wanted it to be, but that kind of like put me into a perspective of, okay, well, then just have it out there and just know that you have one that's just fine, and that's just gonna happen sometimes. One that I'm not super happy with. So it's unfortunate that was the one that made me kind of get in my head about it, because I really like Matt. I think he's great. I watch a lot of his stuff, but for whatever reason, it just happened to be that one. The dice landed on that one, so it just sucks. But I just wanted to come out here, basically say I'm around, I'm alive. I'll be coming back at some point. I want to make things. Me putting out an episode like this also helps me just kind of like talk and get stuff out that I don't just kind of talk to people about. I can just see my recording go and be like, it feels like putting something down on paper when I'm doing this. Like I write little notes before I get on here, so that way I know what to talk about, but still. So recording these are good for me. Whether or not I'm going to keep publishing Mitch's mics, I don't know. It feels nice to be recording it and know that it's going to go up though. So I might just keep them every so often, but I won't put them on the same release schedule as, like, these are never going to replace an ASMR review. They might even come out on the same days. That way it's like, it's different. I'm having a thought right now to like make these like weekly also, like just pair them up with an ASMR review and just kind of publish them. That way it's just kind of like a weekly summary, and it doesn't have to be for anybody except for me. Like if nobody else watches them, I don't care. It's like the ASMR review. I know it's why most people are here, and that's fine. I love that because that's the thing I like doing. This is just kind of therapeutic. Yeah, I want to do more writing for the ASMR reviews. I want to have them be like actually something that I've crafted and not something that's just kind of thrown out onto YouTube somewhere. I don't know. It just can't exist like that for me. And I feel like the last 3 really were like that. There wasn't a lot of prep. It was just kind of throw them together. I still thought about them a lot while I was doing them and beforehand, but it wasn't like as structured as some of the other ones. I still haven't gone back and listened to my first Ephemeral Rift review because it's just not, it's too long, and I don't remember if I rambled a lot in that or not, but it's gotten a lot of attention on SoundCloud, which is crazy. But yeah, the biggest thing that's been keeping me going was D&D, Dungeons and Dragons at the library. I mean, well, not at the library, but I have a home game, and I've had a home game for a while with a bunch of my brother's friends who are, I mean, they're a group. It's not like they're not my friends. They are. That's just the, classification of saying how I know them. But they're a good group. I like hanging out with them. They've kind of brought me back into doing D&D consistently, which is really nice, especially DMing, because that's like, I've been a forever DM for the most part. I've done some player character stuff here and there, but by and large, I'm pretty much just a DM, probably like 70% of the time. So I've had a good amount of player character stuff, but anyway, that's kept me creative in writing. So I don't see why I couldn't push that to the ASMR review stuff. But I also just kind of, for the people who really care, I kind of want to just let them into the brain space and be like, this is where I've been at. Yeah, it's rough, but like, I don't know, not something I can't get out of. So I don't know. I've been in these depressive spots before. It hasn't been this bad ever, I don't think, but I've always come back out of it, and I feel pretty good. And even listening to myself speak right now, I'm like, it's better. It's definitely better. I don't know. I just haven't spoken like this in a while. So it's good. Yeah, it's good. And as always, I'm listening to the Fine Constant by Sarah Longfield, because that's always what we're listening to when we do one of these. Which one? Because I say the Fine Constant every time, but the album is Woven in Light. It's really, really nice just to kind of sit, listen to, and talk. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for listening. This is going to be like the drawn out version of the intro to my next ASMR review. So who knows when this will go up. I hope soon, but I'm not going to prioritize this over the ASMR review, but it will come out around the same time. So probably the next couple of days. ASMR review will probably be up first. We'll see what happens. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking around. And I'll see you in the next ASMR review. Let me know your thoughts.